today I'm going to talk about your circle. So the circle that you keep around you, the company that you keep, and I just want to talk about how it affects this journey, consciously and unconsciously. What is it going to do? How does it play into this whole journey? What effects does it have? How can we manipulate it so it helps us more than it hurts us? And just dive into a different side of your circle and the company that you keep. Dive into a different side than we've kind of chatted about before. So what inspired me to do this call was I actually had two ladies this week. One of them's on the call right now. I had two ladies this week talk to me about how they were feeling amazing and they hit goals they never thought they could hit, and they've completely transformed their lives and who they are as people. But as a result, people didn't like who they became. All their haters who doubted them, they proved them wrong, so they don't have any ammo anymore. So you know what their go-to is: you're boring, you're too obsessed, right? And so I got this from two ladies this week. So I thought I would talk about this and go a little bit more in depth in it. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about the types of friends that you have in your life. Okay, we have to know the types of people out there, the people that are in and out of your life, so we can start to label them and put them in the places where they should be and where they should stay, so that they don't cross over and kind of blend. So first things first, there are, I like to call it 5 friend types. First one is the fun friend. Okay, so the fun friend, this is someone who you can always have a good time with. They're the life of the party. They're kind of always there. You'll always have a laugh. You never really get serious. You never really get deep with them, but you can have a good time. Okay, so if you have one of those friends, write their names in the comment, or write how you know them. Let me know that that's resonating with you. So that's the fun friend. Okay, usually we all got one of them, the one that we call to go party with us, right? Or we used to go call to party with us. Then we have the fake friend. All right, we definitely all have one of these. So the fake friend is somebody who is nice to your face. You guys are cordial, you're respectful, but you sure as hell know that they're probably talking crap about you behind your back, or they're spreading rumors, or they're gossiping, or they're judging you, or they look down on you, something like that. That is your fake friend. Let me know if we have one of those. Let me know if there's someone in your life that you have to be nice to, but you know that that person is a gossip queen or a rumor mill. So that's a fake friend. And then you have the for now friend. So that is somebody, what I call, you're in a situationship. So your circumstances have just made you guys friends, right? So that can be a coworker, that can be a fellow student if you're in school, that could be a neighbor on the same street as you. So you don't really see them in your life long term, but they're there, they're fun, you enjoy their company because it's just easy. So that's the for now friend. Let me know if you do have one of those, someone who you enjoy their company. You don't really see them long-term being in your life, but it's easy right now, it makes sense. Then you have your familiar friends, okay? These are like your old friends, the people who've probably seen you in a couple of your phases. They don't really fit into your life now these days, but you could probably pick up where you left off, right? You drifted apart, maybe you grew apart, but you could probably pick up where you left off. So that's a familiar friend. Let me know if you have one of those people. Now, the last type of friend that I want to touch on just today is the forever friend. The forever friend, okay? And the forever friend has a combination of all the different friend types in it. So your forever friend is definitely your fun friend. I'm sure you laugh with that person more than you do anybody else. Your forever friend can be that fake person sometimes, but you guys have that relationship where you can call each other out on it, right? Can be the for now friend. So maybe you drift in and out of each other's lives in different phases because life gets in the way. And it's the familiar friend too, right? You can go a while, but you can pick right back up. So the forever friend is the person that you have the experiences with, the emotions with, and that shared energy with, right? So everybody's got forever friends or friend. They are hard to find. Now, couple friends can have multiple categories in one, but only the forever friend can have all of them, okay? And it's important to distinguish where these people lie, right? When I asked you these questions, ladies, you knew the names, right? So what that tells me is that you've pre-compartmentalized who they are and what you expect of them already. So you did that subconsciously on your own. So now we need to bring it to light that this is who this person is, this is what they do, this is their job, and this is what I can expect from them. Now we can give people expectations, realistic expectations, instead of wanting them to be the way that we want them. Because that never ends well. You almost always get pissed off, upset, or disappointed, right? And when that happens, we don't need that mental space, especially along a weight loss and health journey. So you have these people, you've pre-compartmentalized them. Now we've just brought it to the surface. So now we can say this person fits in this pocket. This person fits in this pocket. So you know exactly what these people are for, okay? Now, you might have not heard the saying that you are a sum of the 5 people in your circle. So the people that you spend the most time with, those top 5 people, that is who you become, period. You become those people. The way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you move, the way that you think, whether you see it or not, whether it's small or large, you are embodying these 5 closest people to you. So take a second and think about who those 5 people are and what type of friend they are. This is going to be a good thing, or this is going to point out a lot of bad things, okay? But just stay with me. So who are these 5 people? Where do they fit in those categories, okay? And if any of them are not forever friends, they do not belong in your inner circle. You don't have to cut them off unless you need to and want to, but you definitely have to distance yourself. Otherwise, they will always keep you at their level. They are one-dimensional, and you will stay one-dimensional, which is not what you want. Definitely not. Not fun, not entertaining, not exciting life being one-dimensional. So how do we know if we have forever friends, or how do we find forever friends? This is the key, because right now, along your health and weight loss journey, your goal is to develop into a forever friend for yourself. For yourself. You're trying to be your own forever friend and put that on yourself. So how do we know how to do that, how to trust, who's going to be there? And to demonstrate that, there is this crazy story. And I just saw this, I think it was last week, and it absolutely gave me goosebumps. And I was watching this video, and I think it was a billionaire. This really successful billionaire businessman was talking. And he was talking about how he attributes most of his success because of the company he kept, the people who he kept in his circle. And one of the people that he kept in his circle was an Auschwitz concentration camp survivor. Okay. And he came to her for advice one day, and he asked, how can I trust people? Who do I know who to trust? How do I know who to trust? Who do I know to keep in my circle? And she says whenever she's in that situation, she asks herself one question. And that question is, would they hide me? Wow. I got goosebumps again. So profound, so simple. It gives you the answer you need right away. Would they hide you? Those people in your inner circle, the people that you spend time with, the people that take up the most amount of mental space and physical energy to keep those relationships. Would they hide you? If the answer is yes, then they should stay. The answer is no, they cannot stay. They will drag you down. And that is the most simplest way to put it right there, ladies. Absolutely crazy, because you are those 5 people. And if we look at each of those people as a pillar in your foundation, if we have a weak foundation and you start to build on top of that foundation, you will never be able to build as fast as you want. You will never be able to build as strong as you want. You will never be able to finish the build, because you will always be worrying, either consciously or somewhere deep in your subconscious, you will always be worrying that your building will topple over. that your building will crumble, that something's gonna go wrong because that foundation was not fixed. We wanna skip that part. We wanna skip the boring work. We wanna skip the basics of building a strong foundation, or double checking our foundation, or strengthening it even more if it's already strong. We forget about this. We think we're good and we just build. We think building is important, but if we don't do the basics, you're gonna build and it's not gonna be what you thought it would be, or it's gonna be too hard to maintain. And so those 5 people that you spend the most time with, if you look at them as a pillar, as a beam of support for the building of health that you are embarking on, are they going to be the reason that that building crumbles down? Are you going to give somebody that power to make your building crumble? Are you going to be the reason by giving them the power? Or are we going to re-strengthen, re-fortify, go back to the basics, right? If we can't get the people in our circle to vibrate on the same level as us, we are setting ourselves up for a lot more battles and headbutting than we need to. And that just goes with everything in life, not even with weight loss and health, right? If you're constantly not on the same page as your spouse, you're gonna have butt heads about the color of the bathroom, what dishes to buy, right? Like all of it. It's crazy. And so you have to make sure that the people in your circle either match your vibrations or surpass it. That's the only way you grow and get better. If there's somebody who's underneath you, okay, they will drag you down. You have to be aware of that. They will drag you down. Now, some people you can't remove from your circle. That's where it becomes hard. Some people you can't. So you have to, number one, be aware that they are below you, and it is only a matter of time till they drag you to that level. That's just how this works. That's how this works. So then it has to be your mission to be a strong leading example, long term. You have to fortify in everybody's mind, in all your circle's mind, that you are doing this and you are committing to it, and you are a pillar in their lives for that thing, right? So this is an interesting topic now because, you know, these pillars, these people, they could be really strong pillars in business. They could be really strong pillars in career, right? They could be really great marriage examples, whatever. But that's not the question that you guys have to ask yourselves right now, because that's not going to be the thing that throws you off if they're strong there. You have to ask yourself, those 5 people, is the foundation of those people strong enough for your current goal? Not for the life you've built or other areas or other aspects, your current goal. And if the current goal, the biggest goal on your mind is your health, does your circle align with that? Or do you need to find new people to add to your circle or get rid of some people in your current circle? So is your circle as motivated as you? Is your circle as dedicated? Are they positive? Do they push you? Do they respect the boundaries that you set? Stuff like that. You have to ask yourself, right? Are they good people? Are they supportive? Do they love you? Are they forever friends? Yes. Are they the strong pillars in the foundation for your current goal? If the answer is no, you have to either get rid of them or bring in somebody else who is going to be a strong pillar. That person you will just have to push a little bit to the side, not completely, push a little bit to the side for a little while until they catch up because you've led such a strong example. So if you're missing people in that pillars, 5 pillars, if you're missing strong pillars, you got to ask yourself, where can I get them? Where can I get these people that are vibrating on my frequency or higher? Or higher. That's what we're missing here, right? So that's what this community is for, right? That's what your coaches are for. Reach out, build friendships. You've got to find these people, you know, maybe it's your friends who you talk to more often that you need to reconnect with, who are really good, strong pillars, right? This is kind of the task that I'm putting on you today. Reevaluate the people in your life and how they are holding up the foundation that you're trying to build. The current one, it changes as your goals change. which means our circles can change and who we talk with can change and who we spend time with, those ratios can shift. That's totally fine, okay? But what I want you to ask, or what I want to ask you, is can you describe your circle in 3 words? If you had to describe your circle in 3 words, what would they be? Put them in the comments. Your current circle right now, in regards to your current life goal, the number 1 focus in your life, that number 1 priority. Describe them in relation to that. All in, supportive, reluctant, doubtful, positive, negatives. Play around with it. 3 words: supportive, good, small, excellent. You know, are they doubtful, right? Encouraging, excellent, this is good, trustworthy, committed, compassionate, same goals. There you go. That is what you want. That is what you need to remind yourself of. So there's only 2 options here. Number 1, those pillars are not strong enough. You have to reinforce those pillars immediately, or you are in danger of toppling down at any time. Or your pillars are fortified. You are strong. You are good to start building. You need to go thank your circle. You need to show gratitude for your circle. When have you done that last? When have you just stopped out of nowhere and did something nice, wrote them a letter, send them a gift, called them out of the blue? You got to strengthen those bonds so you have that circle. If it's a good circle, you got to keep it. They are very rare to come by, and they're not easy to replace. So show some gratitude. So either restructure your pillars or reinforce them. That is your task, ladies. Okay, so really take that serious. Really take that serious, because these people are going to shoot you to the moon or they're going to drag you down to hell. Really depends. Really depends. And that decision's totally up to you. That's the good part. That's the exciting part. Okay? So having said that, I just want to leave you with 2 quotes about friendship that I thought really spoke to me and kind of sum everything up here. So quote number 1, a friend overlooks your broken fence to admire the flowers in your garden. That's what a friend does. I'm not saying everybody in this circle or yourself is perfect, but I'm saying you are all constantly striving. And when one person stops, you let them know that they're slacking because you care. Because if someone in the circle drops, everybody in the circle drops. So you're allowed to have those broken fences. As a friend, you're going to admire the garden, but you got to call them out on that broken fence too. Okay? That's quote number 1. Quote number 2 is stick with people who pull the magic out of you, not the people who pull the madness out of you. Big difference. And I'm sure we all know those people. Put it in the comments. Who pulls the madness out of you? Who turns you into somebody that you don't feel good being? I definitely used to have a lot of people like that. You know, the gossip person made me gossip. The judgy person would make me be judgy around them. And I realized that that's not the type of person that I want to be. And you have to cut them off, or you got to call them out. And if it's meant to be and they're meant to be in your circle, guess what they do? They rise to your vibration. Have you had enough of those conversations lately? Maybe you're pussyfooting around something. When's the last time someone used that word? So that's what I want you to think, ladies. So last question I want to ask you. Out of, we'll say, the 5 people in your circle. Think of the 5 for a second if you don't have the 5 yet. In the comments, I want you to write the number of those 5. 3 out of 5, 1 out of 5, 5 out of 5. The number of them that would hide you. Write that for me. And be honest. Ooh, there you go, ladies. Good for you. Yep, be honest. You got some work to do. Excellent. Someone said 1 would sell me out. Oh no, you know what you gotta do. There you go, ladies. I really appreciate the honesty. That's awesome. That's how we fortify this and make this journey easier. Because it's never going to be easy. It's definitely going to be hard, but it can be easier. And it's making adjustments like these that nobody thinks of. It's not, we don't have to tweak your nutrition more. We don't have to add more workouts in. It's what is happening day to day that is making this harder than it needs to be. And if that's a person that's taking up a lot of energy in your mind, imagine what you could do if you freed up that space. Imagine, that is one of the greatest gifts Ryan has ever given me. I don't have to ever worry about anything. Where he is, what's he doing, how does he feel? I don't have to worry about anything. I can just be me, live my life, make mistakes, and I don't have to think about him at all. He has given me freedom in my mind to elevate at such a fast rate because I don't have the worries. I don't have the insecurities that so many people are pulled down with because of the people and the energy that they surround themselves with. Protect yourself from it. Especially as women, we take all of it already. And we're only so strong until it starts to seep into who we are and how we think. And that's what we want to prevent. There's only so much that can bounce off or that we can brush off until it becomes who you actually are. And then that's a problem. And we have to redefine who you are and what you do and how you act and how you think, right? Which is what we're already doing, but we want to just stop where we're at, not add to it. All right, ladies? So thank you for being very honest with those numbers. That tells you exactly where your focus should be for the next couple weeks. How can I change that? Those 5 people, you need those mentors. You need those people higher than you that you spend the most time with. Either that means, like I said, bringing someone into your life that's higher or equal, that you're going to be spending more time with than those, let's say, the 2 people, the 3 out of 5, so the extra 2 people that wouldn't hide you. Okay, so that means pushing away from them, bringing someone else in. That's what that means. That's all that means. Doesn't mean getting rid of them if that's too much or too stressful or not possible. But who can we bring in that would have just slightly more attention from you, that would have more positive side effects than the negative side effects?